This is Rowan the Gnome, and we are playing Lord of the Rings Online. In this particular episode, we are on our level 102 human champion Lorrandan, and we are in central Gondor. In the last stream, we helped Aragorn and the Grey Company and the Oathbreakers to take back Pelargir. In this stream, we are continuing the storyline from that on. So we've got Pelargir going on over here. We've got some quests going on. There's a little spot here we need to hit, somewhere over here, and so on. So that's where we are. It is Sunday. What is today's date? It is, if I can get my watch to work, Sunday, February 25th, 2024, about 3 p.m., and it is flippin' beautiful outside. Absolutely beautiful. Thank God winter is coming close to an end, I hope. We should still have, we may be out of our freeze. I don't know. But March is coming on quickly, so we should be in spring in no time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this story. We've come back to Aragorn. He said that some of the people here could use my help, and we are going to speak with them and see what we can do to help the Grey Company here. Aragorn hopes to sail up the Anduin on the decks of the Corsair ships, but we are not watermen, and if we are to do this, we will need every advantage. To that end, I sent Amlin into the city to look for maps of the river that might aid us in this endeavor. If you are willing, return to the city and help Amlin find any such maps that might prove helpful. Pelargir is the great port city of Gondor, and there must have been much use of the river for trade and passage, surely. Some maps can be found that show the hazards and bends of the Anduin. I believe Amlin was going to begin his search in the market ward. Okay, here's Lorrandan. I do not know what I am doing, Lorrandan. I could do little more than stay atop the horse Daggerus provided for me on the ride from Rohan. I'm still weak from my stay within Saruman's dungeons, and even lifting a sword leaves me fatigued. I am exhausted and frustrated. I volunteered to help load the ships with supplies, expecting to struggle through and beyond the unfair limitations of my strength, but Radinir took my place and sent me back here. My face was red with shame, but I must admit he was right. I need to rest and recover my strength. Curse the traitor wizard. Find Radinir and help him carry my share of the supplies onto the Corsair flagship. You will find him in the West Garth, by one of the bridges that leads to the court of the Ship Kings. And Calenglad? I like this land, Lorrandan. It reminds me of the Twilt Wilds far away in the north, where my heart remains. The wooded slopes encircling Lake Nunio must be slowly shaking off the grip of winter, and in a few weeks the leaves of their trees may begin to fight through the remaining chill. No winter lasts forever, and the coming of spring will banish even the coldest of memories. Will this war be any different? Calenglad stands silently for a short while, musing on the question. Eventually he smiles and gives you a conspiratorial wink. Holy crap. Radinir told me you agreed to treat him to a meal and drinks at a tavern of your choosing, once this is all over. You have no objection. I would like to join the two of you there. I will look forward to that happy meeting. But there's still much hardship ahead of us, and with all my musings, I forgot to tell you something. Albered wanted me to send you to him. He has returned to Pelargir already. If you leave now, you should find him just inside the northwest entrance to the city. And finally, Langless. Did you fight in the battle, Lorrandan? I was stricken with a great fear as the shades of the dead joined the battle, and I confess to you that I felt a great urge to run from them as the Corsairs did. And yet before my heart betrayed me and I succumbed to the terror, I felt a hand upon my arm and I was reassured. Do you know who it was? It was Celorant, the young ranger I took under my wing in Ered Luin. He is not as young as he was, and this journey has put some steel in him. It was an honor to stand with Aragorn in the presence of Celorant was a comfort. I am proud to call him brother. When the Corsairs fled, many of them cast their weapons to the ground. Mandan went ahead to gather up the fallen blades, find him at the northwest entrance to Pelargir, and help him with the task where there are many weapons to be recovered. Alright, so we have a handful of things we need to do, and they're all over at Pelargir. We have a thing glowing here, but it's literally one of those come back when you're done things. I wish they didn't do that. It makes you think you still have something to do there, but you don't. Alright, so we'll ride over to Pelargir. No idea if I'm pronouncing that correct or not. Probably not. But, you know, it is what it is. Such a beautiful day. I really should be outside enjoying it. But we must save Middle-earth. Therefore I am inside, fighting for all the peoples of Middle-earth. I know, corny, right? Alright, let's see what we can find here. We're not going to worry about the guy that's chasing us. There is Mandan. Oh, Langless sent you to check on me? That was quite unnecessary, Lorrandan. Mandan scowls. Well, perhaps it was a little necessary. You see, I began to gather some of the weapons the Corsairs cast aside when they fled, but it was slow work, and I decided on my own skills might be better used elsewhere. I decided my own skills might be used better used. Whatever. You know of my talent for fashioning and applying salves, of course. There are many wounded folk who could use such treatment, and I will see to them immediately. Anyway, Selrent was gathering up the weapons already. You are welcome to go down to the docks and help him with that task if you like. Is this stupid mob still running around trying to kill me? No, he's gone finally. Alright, Halbered. I would follow Aragorn anywhere, Lorrandan. And standing here with the smell of smoke on the air and the memory of battle still fresh in my mind, I feel as if I have done so. I did not blench when he led us through the Dimholt road, nor when we emerged from the mountain with the shades of dead men all around us. Still, I am glad they have departed. It is not natural for such men to linger in the world. An elf once told me that death is a gift for all men, but I did not understand what he meant until today. I think now he was right. The appearance of the dead men may weigh heavily upon some others of our company. Gullidir, in particular, seemed distraught by the passage under the mountain. Find Coronir somewhere to the south of here and see if he knows where Gullidir can be found. The two of them are rarely apart. Excuse me. Alright, let's see if we can figure out where we're supposed to be going. I'm going to assume that we need to go down this. Here we are. There's Radanir. Looks like Tecaron owes me some coins, Lorrandan. We had a friendly wager concerning what would happen first. Lorrandan returning to try and carry these crates, or you showing up to carry them in his stead. I never doubted you for a moment, and now you've won me some coins. I thank you for being so honorable and predictable. Radanir laughs. These need to go to the Corsair flagship, for that's the one that has the most room. Tecaron is waiting for these supplies on the flagship moored at the large southern dock of the Market Ward. You can't miss it, it's the big one. Okay, so we need to carry some crates. See if we can figure out where we're supposed to actually be going. Is there... Oh, it's right here. Okay. I was looking for the bridge, and it was this right in front of me. I was missing the bridge. If you missed the big battle here, that'll be in my last stream. You can check that on Twitch right now, or if you're watching on YouTube, it'll be the one that was up right before this one. So you should be able to find it over there. It was fairly epic. Tecaron reluctantly thanks you for the supplies, though it lost him a wager. Alright, looks like we got some Fallen Corsair swords. We're going to pick those up. An NPC said, "How many of these swords must I gather?" And I'm thinking to myself, 8. That's how many is in the quest. Just 8 of them? Where's another one at? I feel like I've missed a sword somewhere. It's good drink. Probably one down here that I missed. Is there one on a ship somewhere, possibly? Did we get them all? Am I just crazy? Oh, it was just slow. It was delayed putting messages up on screen. I got 8 of 8. My bad. Let's see. Let's see if I have to go back and get another one of those to take to Techron. Yep, there's more supplies. Sorry. Hold a moment, Lorrandan. Did you know that Radonir and I had a bit of a friendly wager? It was just to amuse us during a bit of tedium, and I do not want you to take it too greatly to heart. You see, I wagered that Lorrandan would return to the city and finish the task of loading the ships instead of you, but I did not mean to disparage your strength or ability. All know of your great deeds and the help you have provided to us on this journey. No, I based my wager on how hardy Lotharindir always appears. He chose to live in distant Forachel. After all, such inhospitable places breed stalwart men, and Lotharindir was strong to start. He is the toughest ranger I've ever met, and, well, perhaps that is the reason for my wager, Lorrandan. I simply could not believe that Lotharindir's strength could be taken from him, but Saruman has turned him into a shell of his former self. Such treatment as in the dungeons of the wizard would kill a lesser man, I have no doubt, but it pains me to see Lothrinder so weak, so tired. I think I wagered against you with the hope that it was not so. I am sorry for taking up so much of your time, my friend. I wanted you to know. Okay, it's all good. Okay, that was all of those. I believe I had a quest over here. Right here at Amlin. I've been fruitlessly searching for maps ever since the battle ended, Lorrandan. If I never see another crate, it will be far too soon for me. I have searched all the crates in this area. The only place I have not yet searched is to the northeast at the very tip of the market ward. I do not think any of those crates will have river maps in them, but just to be safe, we should search them anyway. Okay, he's sending me basically up here, where I'm already pointed. There's a port rat. My God, it's the size of a dog. Another one. Nothing but rats here. You find some folded parchments in the crate, maps of the Anduin's course. Here we are. That settles that. You found some maps of the Anduin. I cannot believe it. It is always the last place you check, or the first place you never checked, is it not? Emlyn takes the map from you and peers at it for a moment. Well, I see Pelargir here and Osgiliath up here, which means that these four black lines here must be the Anduin. But what do these marks in the river's course mean? You cannot ascertain anything useful from these maps, Lorrandan. I think you should bring them to Orthon, for he is a master of lore and should be skilled at reading maps. I think you will find him to the southeast, somewhere in the court of the Ship Kings. That way. That's cool. There we are. Yes, with what can I help you with, my friend? What do you have there? You hand Orthon the maps of the Anduin, and with each one his smile grows. What a fine gift, Lorrandan. I did not think you knew of my interest in cartography. It is a vanishing talent these days, I'm afraid, but I have done my best to craft maps of the lands through which we have traveled. This will be a great help in improving the accuracy of my own efforts in this field. Not that they are in great need of such improvement, but I believe there is always room for honoring or honing one's skills. Oh, this gift has a more practical purpose? We'll of course study these maps of the river closely and give my findings to Aragorn, so we may travel to Anduin as safely and quickly as we can. Okay. Oh, and here we are. I overheard your conversation with Orthon and have a suggestion of my own. Hope you'll bring it to Dervan, for I know he has the ear of Aragorn. I urge that he not fly the standard of the king when we sail up the Anduin. I have trained many light-fingered folk in the art of burglary, and I know the value of surprise. Sometimes it can make all the difference. If he keeps secret the fact of our departure and the manner of our travel, any foe we face may be put off its guard upon our arrival. My heart tells me there is value in this. Please tell Dervan my message, Lorrandan. Okay, we need to go over here and here. This is a huge city. That person is up top. Ah, that's where we were fighting when we had the siege weapons during the retaking of Pelargir. The epic battle we were in. There we are. And there's Cornir. I am not in the mood to talk, Lorrandan. This has been a trying experience for all of us. I hope you do not mind. As you turn to go, Cornir holds up his hand. I'm sorry, friend. I am fine. With what can I help you? You tell him that you were looking for Gullidir and thought he might know where you could find the ranger. Gullidir is the cause of my ill temperament, and I have no desire to speak with him any further. Do you remember the fell mood that seized him in Angmar before the Grey Company was assembled? I thought he had left it behind him. Indeed, it seemed that the journey was doing him some good, but he returned again in Tur Morva, only to be overcome by the gentle laughter of the Dunlending girl, Wenda. But like the rising and falling brimstone pools of Malinhad, his ill mood has returned after a short time at low ebb, and now he shouts at his own dear friends. If you seek him out, know that I left him standing on a dock to the south, looking out at the water. I will not be held responsible if he treats you unkindly, for it seems he does not know his friends. No, that's terrible. Let's go see if we can find Gullidir. Gullidir's been through a lot. A whole lot. He's down there. Is there not a staircase that goes down? Apparently not. This whole story of the game, Lord of the Rings Online, the whole story throughout is just massive and arcing. It goes, through many different characters, and you see their lives and unfold, and you run into them over and over, and it's just that's one of the cool things about this game. They're not just random quest givers that you find, here and there. Yes, what do you want? Are you here to chastise me for treating Coronir unkindly? He has been a sharp thorn for these past few days, constantly asking questions about my well-being. You should have expected a rebuke. There is an angry fire in Gullidir's eyes, an unfamiliar, smoldering rage. I know why, Lorrandan. Around matters of the dead, they treat me with delicate gloves. They look at me and they see my daughter, Lorniel. My grief was strong and will never truly pass, but this treatment fills me with such an anger I would strike them all down. Coroner, Halbarad, even my own chief, Aragorn. He falls silent when he speaks again. His voice is little more than a whisper, and there are tears in his eyes. I do not know from where this anger comes, Lorrandan. It feels as if I hear voices of the past flagging and unrelenting, calling my name, taunting me. I will master these voices. I have been troubled by these feelings ever since we began this journey, and I have managed to stifle them. It has become more difficult of late, perhaps because of the unnatural skies, the evil presence of the dead men. Do not worry about me, my friend. I will apologize to Coroner, and my outburst will remain between us, I hope. Okay. One thing shining up there is this spot back over here at the beginning. One thing I didn't get here, I don't think I did. I didn't get the milestone. Gotta be a milestone here somewhere that I can save at. I would hope. Because they're stable masters. You would think that there's a milestone somewhere. Trying to look around and see if I see anything highlighting that could be a milestone. There may not be. Alright, there's something I'm supposed to do right here. He is, Mandan. Aw. You had more success at the weapon gathering than I did, but I too have done some good. These folk were fortunate I was here to see to their wounds. I know the plan is for us to leave the city, and it is important for us to do so, but we should try to help as many of the people here as we can. We'll put these weapons into a barrel and ask Celerant where he wants it brought, but you should return to Langlis and tell him that I will be on short rations for the rest of our journey. I wish to give a portion of my provisions to some of the families the attack from Umbar hit hardest. Okay, so he's sending us back out here to that spot, but I do still want to go over here. So, and we've got something. Where's that at? That's that one over there. We got that little spot right there. This is back over here. We've got plenty of turn-ins back over here. Um, let's go over here because I want to get the stable master. Or for those of you from World of Warcraft, used a wild term, I want to get the flight path. In this case, it's a stable master. Hold it. What was that? Your arrival in the city is well timed, Lorrandan. When the city fell, my kin were presumed captured or dead. Fortunately, we have located them as hostages aboard the remaining hostile Corsair ships. My advisors say that a direct assault would be too risky, and since your reputation precedes you, I would ask you to sneak aboard their ships and rescue my family. Captain Thandor is in charge of the city defense and will be able to provide you with more information. Where's this person at? On the other side over there. Okay. I do want to check something. There's some merchants or something over here I see on the map. Okay, it's going to be the same thing because there's that steed I'm still wanting. Well, let's see where our reputation is now. Pelargir, we're still a friend. Woo! We're not getting very far. What is this stuff? That requires Star of Merit. Those are the things you're getting from doing the epic battle. I see. I see. And what was his stuff? It's also jewelry. Is it the same jewelry? Alright, that's cool. Essences. I'm not an ally yet, I'm just a friend. And he has more essences. Very cool. And more essences. Oh, roving threats. What are these? Are these the same ones that we already have? Are they different looks? They look the same. I don't understand. Alright, moving on. Let's see, we need to take a right here. Balthram may trust you with this task, but that does not make it any easier. In order for this rescue to work, we will need a way to sneak on and off the ships. Fortunately, we have no shortage of small landing craft. If you head to the docks behind me, you should be able to find something suitable you can use to sneak aboard. Tread lightly, Lorrandan. And he gives more quest. Okay. During their assault, the Corsairs captured citizens from town and shipped to serve aboard their galleys as slaves. Although we were able to halt their advance into Gondor, many remained trapped aboard their vessels. We no longer have the proper resources to mount a rescue, so it asks you ask for you to aboard the remaining Corsair occupied ships and free any prisoners of war that you find. A small band of Corsairs managed to survive the battle to retake this city and forms a blockade near the eastern river gate. We don't want to destroy the ships since the debris would delay our advance towards Minas Tirith. We need you to board these ships and defeat any remaining Corsairs you might find. This is our only solution to clear the blockade, Lorrandan. Okay. Anybody else around here got quests for this? Not really. What time is it? It's been 30 minutes. I'm going to take a break to go throw some clothes in the wash. I need to get that started. I'll be right back. Alright, I got the clothes in the washer. It was an adventure. There we are. Lost my mouse for a second there. Which one? Is there a difference? Do I click on it? What? Oh, it's over here. I'm like, what are they saying to do? And I rode my mount over to it, apparently. Is there any here, or is it all just over? Yeah, there is one up here. Yep, appears to be one on both sides. Excuse me. No, it says I've done 3 of 6, so I swear I've done 4. But, oh well. There's not one back here. I hate when it does that. There's a slave right here. I can't release him because I finished the quest. It's like, really? Really? I just have to leave him there? It's not right. I can't save y'all. I've already finished the quest. Sorry. Wish I could help y'all, but I can't do it. Oh, there's one over there that's blinking. I can help her, okay. Oh, that was the guy's wife. Alright. So was that it? Was there anything else I was supposed to do out here? I don't guess so. You won't let me save the other slaves, so... It is what it is. Remarkable work, Lorrandan. You were able to climb aboard without even our notice. Oh, my eyes just give me trouble today. Now that you've found the missing nobles, we will be able to deal with matters elsewhere. The war continues to rage beyond the city, and we will need to be ready for what is next. For now, we will remember this as the day where the bloodline of Pelargir was saved. Well done, Lorrandan. Although this will leave many displaced refugees within our walls, this means fewer innocents being subjugated by the enemies of Gondor. Our next move is to make sure they find their way to some place that's safer. We won't be able to keep them here. Well done, Lorraine. I've been told there are no more major groups of resistance left in the bay. With that, our great city should be free from the Corsair threat. In the meantime, we can moor their ships and prepare for what is next. You have done Gondor a great service today, Lorrandan. The lordship of Pelargir has survived its greatest challenge, and we are now ready for what is next. Please inform the Lord Regent that we located his family, and that we have people tending to their injuries. I am sure that Falthran would appreciate the news coming from you. Okay, it's the guy we got the quest from over here. Oops. Falthran looks to you and lets loose a relieved sigh. Very good. It pains me to know that my father is still missing, but I will try to carry on his legacy as best I can. The bloodline of Sergon shall endure. We have tough days ahead of us, but no matter what, Pelargir will stand as a testament to Gondor's defiance in the face of war. Brandon, we haven't much time left. The Gondorian army intends to make its way upriver towards Pelennor. It pains me to say this, but we must abandon the city until the fighting is resolved. I intend to send the surviving refugees to Dal Amroth, along with my family. I know that they will not like the news, but I would ask that you deliver it to them. Your actions have earned my trust, and I'm sure theirs as well. Okay, we got to talk to some people over here. Still got to make our way over here. Nothing else is lining up other than those spots. All right. Thanks for rescuing me, Lorrandan. Faltheran told me about his plans to evacuate the city. There are still lots of pockets of criminal activity, so we'll need to make sure the guards are ready. I need you to deliver these orders to any guards stationed nearby. We will need them on alert for when we are ready to depart. Oh, Lorrandan, look at all these poor people. Many are not even from here. They were abducted as the Corsairs sacked the countryside and taken to slave aboard the galleys. I've been told that we do not have enough food for all of them, so I prepared some warm meals for our stranded friends. Could you help me pass them around to any hungry refugees that you might find? During the capture of the city, I lost an heirloom that has been in my family for longer than we can remember. It was the only thing I took with me when we fled Tol Sirion. Wow, I can't even do that word. And I cannot imagine leaving Pelargir without finding it. Could you help me, Lorrandan? It will be located somewhere to the north of here, where a small band of us have offered resistance against the Corsairs. Alright, we gave her some food, apparently. As you hand over the orders, the guard opens the note and begins to read. Won't this leave certain areas of the city a little vulnerable? I know the Corsairs are gone, but there's still plenty of threats from within the city. Where else do we need to go? Oh my god, we need to go all over the place. Looked like there was one right here somewhere. Maybe not. Yeah, it should have been like right there. I think it's showing me her even though I've already done hers. Ugh, that stuff annoys me. Why do they do that? Gotta let it go. As you hand over the orders, the guard opens the note and begins to read. Well, all right then. It sounds like those men at the docks could use a hand or two anyway. Finally, I get something to do. There's nothing here but ruined streets. Why do they have us guarding it anyway? Oh. Apparently we need to help with this stuff. I don't remember getting any quests to clean up the scattered debris, but we'll do it. As I've always said, no MMO, if it blinks, click it or kill it. One of the two. Is there another one I was missing, or is it just delayed where it's saying 5 of 6? Ah, there is one more right here. Thank goodness, I'll be happy to leave this area. If you listen, you can hear those crooks and thieves from across the bridge plotting and yelling. Looking forward to taking over more of the city. It says, this has me a little worried. Why would they pull people away from one of the only places where there is still a threat to watch over? Oh well, I suppose that our leaders know best. You never know. Sometimes they don't. Is there anything else here? Seems like there should be a lot more here. Oh, down this way. What's this business? They don't think we can handle things around here, and now they're sending more guards to the docks? Something seems fishy. Alright, I understand. Looks like we'll have to get these ships ready for a lot of folk. The harbor master isn't going to be pleased about this. I think I told all of the guards now. Hold on. There's some ships down here. There we are. Interesting. Oh, right here. I missed this guy. That's 10 of 10 on that. Something up here. Right over here. Oh, shimmering debris. Debris and ash-stained lockbox. Oh, it's the missing heirloom. Okay. We're so close to it. I'm going to go get the stable master while I'm here. Here we are. I'm glad you have come, Lorrandan. One of your skills would be a great boon to our cause, whom we may well come to depend on. We have thrown up the gate to the east and make ready to move through Upper Lebanon. Will you join us, my friend? We can tarry no longer, my friend. Aragorn has bid us travel to Minas Tirith across the plains of Upper Lebanon. and Lasernach, and I shall not abandon him in this crucial hour. However, my men have grown weary, and many have not found rest since our defeat of the Corsairs. I know well the pain they feel, but they must press on through it as have all of Gondor's great warriors. Go to them and sound this horn that they might find themselves renewed. When you have done so, return to me, for our journey is just beginning. And he has something else. As my men and I journeyed to Pelargir from Linhir, we felt a great weight upon us. Days without rest and the fatigue of battle have worn on us all, but this filled me with dread in a way that I had never known. And just as it took hold, it faded away, and those of my men that had cowered found their way to their feet once more. I have heard many rumors of what happened that day, but I do not know if there is any truth in them. I have not had much time to think on this matter until now, yet it still troubles me. Speak to my men of this, and see if there is any truth of these tales. Another mini quest hub has opened up. As with Lord Angbar, I wish I knew what happened in that moment. My armor grew heavy and I fell to the ground before I could realize what happened. I regret that I cannot be of more help to you, champion. Just looking around. Oh. Good job. You've heard the horn and you've gone on. Oh, man. Should be one up here on the left. Oh, right here. Alright, we blew the horn and they're like, we're going. That's bad guys over there. Interesting. Got a feeling we'll be fighting them soon. Why do you ask me to recall such things? Before terror pulled me to the ground, I saw the form of a great beast. Above the ashen clouds, it let out a shrill cry as it flew overhead, and then it was gone. I swear to you, I speak true. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, right there. Since the sun was blotted out days ago, we have seen little without the use of torches, but what I saw I shall never forget. The flying beast bore a rider in darkened robes, and the blade he held reflected what little light passed through the murky sky. As I looked upon him, a great pain overtook me, and I turned away. When I turned to look again to the sky, he had gone. Somehow I knew you would return with it. I know that it was selfish of me to ask you for help, but I know how much Falthran wants us away from the war. It cannot replace what I've lost, but it can help me to forget, if only for a little while. Goodness, I was not expecting you to feed so many people. That's so wonderful to hear. I feel better knowing that someone besides myself is looking out for these people. The tough times aren't over, but I feel like we've crested over the hill with today. Thank you for making a difference, Lorrandan. Ah, excellent. This should give us adequate protection from whatever criminal elements may be left lurking in the city. You can tell you're worried, but fret not. The gangs that remain have no interest in antagonizing the city's Gondorian host, and know that we intend to depart soon. Okay, we got something here, another one back here, and then finally over here. Altherin listens intently to what his family told you. I understand. I'm not that surprised by how they all feel. There's much I would love to do before departing the city, but we do not have the time for everything. I will be attending to the preparations. If my family has any tasks for you, then I would ask that you offer your assistance. All the plans are set, and we are finally ready to set our matters into motion. Pelargir is a city that deserves to be restored to its former glory. With that, we will need to preserve its people as well as its bloodline. We cannot protect everyone from the storm that has arrived, but we can try to steer them away from it. I understand that my family wishes to speak before their departure. Will you accompany Lorrandan? Okay, alright, we're going to an instance of it. Yes, come, let us make our way to the docks. I don't intend to stay for longer than is necessary, but I wish to make sure everything is in order for their departure. I'm just guessing I'm supposed to go down here. Oh, right here. Here we stand in Lorrandan. The sky grows bleak every day, but these ships represent symbols of hope for our city. I intend to have my mother and siblings aboard those ships before they depart, and will see to that matter personally. Like yourself, they have been valuable allies and maintained the stability over the city as we played host. I only wish that someday the fighting will end and we can return to rebuild this place. I'm told that everything is in order. Shall we speak with my family? Ship is almost ready to depart, Mother. Do not fret. There are still many places to search for Father. I will be on it, my son. The city is yours, but there's an area thing left for me here. What'd she say? Just remember what he taught you. I shall do my best to honor his traditions. Serial, my wonderful sister, are you ready to set sail? I do not wish to go, but I understand why. Even still, promise me that you will keep looking for Father. If your father is still out there, then I shall find him. I promise you that. If our father. Bad. These vessels will sail toward peaceful waters, and for that I am relieved. Wonder what will come of this. Will people return to the city someday, or will they try to make new lives elsewhere? Many of us are too old to begin anew. The guards seem to have everything in order. I think we can depart from here, Lorrandan. And so, the ship has left our gates to make way towards the western coast. It had to be done, Lorrandan, for I cannot guarantee their safety here, nor my own. Hopefully, we'll reach Dal Amroth without incident, but only expect to set my mind at rest once I've heard word from them. But until that day comes, I must carry out my duties. Whew. Yeah. I've heard rumors which are unsettling. It is believed that the corsairs were let into the city by someone from within. Do not know who would have done this, though I've heard the name of every captain and noble thrown around, including myself. Want this dealt with, Lorrandan. You and Thandor are the only two I can trust with this matter, so I'd ask that you seek counsel with him. And where is Thandor at? First off, what quest do we have left? We have this one, which he just gave us, and then this one over here. Feels like I'm getting bogged down in side quest while trying to finish the side quest that I'm already on. A little bit overwhelming. Oh yeah, this guy here. It is most perplexing, Rendon. Despite the havoc they wrought, the Corsairs seemed able to take the city without much resistance. My men were not able to find anything of note at the eastern river gate, but I suspect that we may find something at one of the other gates. Certainly if the gates were opened, then it probably would have happened with more than just the one. I would ask that you start with the eastern river gate and make sure to not overlook anything too small. Over here. Let's go tell this guy that we're done so that we can come down here and do this. Sorry about that. Thank you, Lorrandan. I know many of my men desire rest after our siege of Pelargir, but that time cannot come until this war is at an end. Do not doubt their words, my friend. Could this be one of the 9 wraiths of which Aragorn spoke? Let us hope it has flown back to its master and shall not harry our journey to Minas Tirith. I will not allow its dread to burden my mind any longer. My men and I must press on into Upper Lebanon. Brandon, have you noticed the Lord Regent up above? His eyes have not left my men and me for some time now. I believe he means to join our charge, but the boy is not suited for battle. He bears ill-fitting armor and is not skilled with a blade, despite what he may think after his recent heroics in the city. I see a darkness in his demeanor, and I believe he intends to rush into the war without care for himself or his family. Convince him of his folly, my friend. See that he remains here with his people, for there is much rebuilding to be done here for the city and its folk. Alright, so what is this here we got an alert on? Deed bestowed. Complete quest in Upper Lebanon. Alright. There's a kid up there we've got to talk to. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're not going to do that just yet. Because I still need to go back over here and do a turn-in. So I'm going to take this mount to Ost Anglebed and along the way jump off to turn-in quest. Oh, I can just go to West Belmar. Okay, we'll do that, and then from there I bet we can go to Ost blah blah blah, whatever it's called, Anglebed. Ooh, man. A lot of running around in this particular episode. Not much fighting, whole lot of chores though. Here we are. Alright, so when we get close out there to the entrance, we'll jump off the mount, and that'll be that. Ooh, lordy. There it is, right up there. I need a nap. A nappy nap. I'm so tired. Just passed a warband that would kill us if we weren't on a stable master's steed. How did you find the task, Lorrandan? I hope it was not too onerous for you. You tell Langlis with what Mandan asked you to say to him, and he sighs. I sent Mandan with Celerant in hopes that my young friend would be able to keep Mandan in line. It seems he is still trying to peddle those salves and poultices of his. During our stay in Inidwaith, most of us looked forward to his excursions into the combe seeking herbs, because it meant a respite from his cell speak. He would inevitably return with more flowers and roots to add to his concoctions, but aside from worsening the smell, I dare say they did not otherwise affect their properties. Thank you for completing his task for him, my friend. That's funny. Did you find Halberd? Were you able to help him with whatever it was he needed? You asked Kellen Gilad how he feels about the mood of the Grey Company. I think we are doing fine for the most part. We have been through a great deal already, and there is more hardship ahead. But if we stay true to each other, there is nothing we need fear. We have lost friends along the way and brothers, but our memories of them give us the strength to go on. If I close my eyes, I can still hear their voices, and they urge me to stand with Aragorn and honor my pledge. And one day you will buy Radnir and Dervin and me a meal and drinks, and we will all toast the successful journey of the Grey Company. Oh yes, I told Dervin about our agreement once this is all done. I did not think you would mind. Thank you for doing my part, Lorrandan. Asking for help does not come naturally for me, and I beg you forgive me for it. I hope to regain my strength before long. This weakness and fatigue pains me more than any of the injuries I sustained in Saramon's care. You found some maps of the Anduin. Perfect. You tell Dervin that Orthon was delighted for the chance to practice his hobby of map reading, and also relay Pharaon's concerns about flying the standard of the king from atop the lead Corsair ship. I share Pharaon's concerns, and I spoke with Aragorn about this very matter while you were in the city. It has been his plan all along to keep secret the standard that Halberd holds for him. I think he has not yet decided when to fly the standard, for it will be a message to both the enemy and our allies that cannot be easily taken back, can it? Thank you for finding the maps, my friend, and for helping with all these matters. We will have many ships ready to sail, sooner and safer than I expected. Alright, back to Aragorn. I asked that you help prepare the ships with haste, but I did not expect such speed, even from you, Lorrandan. I thank you for your efforts, and know that we are put in the best position we could be as a result. I have given some thought to this next request, my friend, and I hope you agree with me on this. Do not ask you to accompany me on the ships. Instead, I ask you to travel by land through Upper Lebanon and Losarnak. We must learn the state of the war to the east. The Vale of Tomladin and the town of Imloth Melu had strong walls of old and were used as places of safety for the people in times of war. People there will tell you much of what has transpired elsewhere in Gondor. Angbor will go that way as well, with his men, and will be a boon companion as you go. I have another purpose for you, my trusted friend. I want you to find Gandalf, our true-hearted Faramore in Minas Tirith, and tell them about our victory here. Tell no others. In Faramir I place the trust I would not give to the Father. There is too much I do not know about the situation in the White City. Okay. I have heard a great deal about you, Lorrandan, and I welcome you as a traveling companion into the lands to the east. If you are half as brave and skilled as Aragorn tells me, we shall have no trouble at all. So, we're going to take this one. Before he departed for Minas Tirith, Prince Imrahil charged me with the defense of the fiefs he left behind. I accepted this duty, knowing it might end in death, and left my son to protect my own lands. I engaged the Corsairs and Southrons at the city of Linhir, but we were heavily outnumbered and our defeat seemed certain. And then a new force joined the fray, a vast army of shadows from the forbidden paths under the mountains. They were dead men, and they brought death with them, silent and sure. My men cast aside their weapons and fled, but I stood my ground, and when I saw the banner of who led them, I was glad, for it was Aragorn, and he rode neath the standard of the king. Fearless he called me, but what man can be afraid when a king has returned to a kingdom that needs him? I have 4,000 men with me, and they will travel behind us. It will be slow going for them, so we will ride ahead and see what awaits them. Let us fight the Southrons in Upper Lebanon and clear the way for their swords. Then we will come to the Vale of Tumladen and see the state of the war. All right. That's Book 3, Chapter 3, Fearless. Our epic has advanced. And with that, we now have the thing down here in the city, these things here, and then on to Upper Lebanon. Out this way. We're going on an hour and 15 minutes right now. I'm going to go back to Pelargir and try to do the things that were in the city there. There was, we had just started another one, but I wanted to come back here and get this taken care of before I do that. Need to go check my wash, see if it needs to be pushed over. Need to be moved over to the dryer here in a moment. Valthran appears lost in thought as you approach, and his gaze is fixed on the eastern gate of Pelargir. I know you have come to dissuade me, friend, but I cannot be turned from my task. So much has happened in so swift a time. It has been but a few days since Pelargir was reclaimed, but still many more troubles weigh on me. You cannot rest while my father remains lost, Lorrandan. You know as well as any that I am no warrior, but I must search for my father. Lord Angbor's path must be swift, and I do not expect him to delay. I plan to travel into Upper Lebanon, but I fear I cannot do this alone. Will you aid me in this, Lorrandan? I know your journey shall soon take you far from Lebanon, but I can think of no other that might spare the time for such a task. Are you prepared, Lorrandan? If my father yet lives, I know he must be in Upper Lebanon. The Haradrim must not trouble themselves to ferry a prisoner so far unless he was of great import to the enemy. I know of a small village to the northeast that is home to good folk. I suggest that we meet there and begin our search in the surrounding lands. Travel through the eastern gate and follow the road. I shall meet you there as soon as I am able. Okay. Get back on our mount. And head down here. Hey, there's one of those caches. One of these years I'm gonna get all of those. How did I not get to the right spot? Is there not a... Is there like a staircase or something over here? Hmm. Oh, I see. You need to be down here and go across the little bridge there. I catch on slowly. That's not going to make it. Okay, off the mount. Here's the bridge. Thandor carefully reads the note. These orders bear the seal of Sargon. This cannot be. It would mean that the lordship itself is responsible for the fall of the city. I know Faltheron too well to think that he would have a hand in this, but I'm almost too afraid to ask. Those men who tried to attack you are part of a larger group. They've made the East Garth their own personal haven. Why they would want these orders has me concerned. Not every person who held out against the Corsair siege was an upstanding person. Many were in fact thieves and brigands who banded together in face of a larger threat. Ever since the city was retaken, they've done nothing but harass, threaten, and harm anyone that crosses their path. Because they've been encroaching so deeply into the city, I'm wondering if you might be able to send them a message that we will not be pushed around. After the battle, we noticed that some of our supply caches began to mysteriously dwindle. We traced this back to a group of ruffians who have taken up shelter in an abandoned part of the East Garth. I cannot tell you how many brave souls gave everything to protect this city, and this criminal element seeks to profit from it. We would ask you to bring back any supplies you might find from that place. Every group has men who know about all sorts of rumor and gossip. These ruffians are some of the only witnesses left to the fall of the city, so I'm sure that one of them knows something about where Lorvagil is hiding. If you can enter the abandoned district that's located in the East Garth of Pelargir, then I'm sure you'll find someone who has more information. They might not hand it over right away, but I suspect you could remedy that problem. Alright, so I figured it's that place that I was at before. Get on an ordinary mount instead of the super fast mount on ice skates. Hey, what's up? Everything is fantastic with me. Thank you for joining the chat club. I appreciate when people actually chat. Hope you're having a good Sunday. You ever played Lord of the Rings Online? Oh man. Getting tired. I must be lagged. Well, I'm going trying to level up my first champion currently. Awesome. I love the game. I don't love when it does the server lag that it's doing right this minute, but I love the game itself. I like the fact that it's a highly story-based game. As far as champion, I basically went yellow, the Deadly Storm, for AoE. I can just round up a bunch of mobs and kill them all. Granted, in the overland content like this, pretty much any class can kill easily. Can't stop yelling. It's such a beautiful day outside. I'm thinking about going and getting my zero gravity chair, get me a nice cold drink, sit out in the backyard, and fall asleep. Ah, so the fancy lord sends his little stooge to parley. You're making me laugh. Sure, I know where your precious little noble is hiding out, but I ain't saying a thing unless the price is right. Well, you didn't come to bargain? Guess we'll have to settle this the only other way. Well, hold my beer. What? You're tired of me beating on you? Now the traitor, just leave me out of your petty squabble. Sounds like a relaxing way to spend a Sunday. I think so. I think it'll be fantastic. So where's the noble at? I don't see it lit up anywhere. Just gotta go back down here and do a turn in. Oh, that's just the leader again. Make her jog behind me for a while. Help her get a workout. Trying to get the hang of this city. I must say that you handled yourself well against a pretty dirty sort of outlaws. Most of my men wouldn't dare to cross their path, although they will likely regroup once our host has departed. This should keep the streets a little safer in the short term. Well done, Lorrandan. It might not seem much, but every bit will aid the war effort. We still need to gather much before we will be ready to march forward. Hopefully, this sends a message to those thieves, and we can take inventory of what is available without worrying about anything else going missing. So that's where he is hiding. I can only imagine what will go through his head when he realizes how easily these curs sold him out for nothing. I guess even traitors can't buy loyalty. We'll need to make preparations if we are to apprehend him. I shall offer my counsel to Faltharan and hope that he accepts it. I thank you for your service to the city, Lorrandan. You must help me convince Faltharan of his mistake. He intends to confront his brother by himself without anyone's help. I tried to convince him to take some of my men with him, but he's grown distrustful of me after not telling him about our investigation. Only wanted to protect the Lord Regent. Did you speak with him? If I have fallen from his graces, then perhaps you can convince him not to do this alone. Is he over? Yeah, he's where he normally is. I know why you're here, but this matter is too important to leave to anyone else. I understand Thandor's concern, But I need to be the one to deal with this, otherwise the bloodline of Sargon will be forever tainted with whispers of treason. You have been one of my greatest allies in these dark days, and I would be honored to have you by my side when I face Lorvigel. Oh, and we're going to actually go there and do that now, apparently. Hey, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it, Seabaits. Alright, we are going to go have a little chat with this guy. The information you provide suggests that this is where we will find my brother. I shan't take joy in facing him, but will rest better knowing that justice was served this day. Here is where our search ends, but tread lightly. He has fallen in with an unsavory sort and is undoubtedly using them for protection until the coast is clear. Be careful, these streets are still home to the city's vile underbelly. Only hope that we find Lorvigel and put an end to this ordeal. Ah, that was quite the challenge. Oops. These fools will not keep me from serving justice in my own city. There he stands. Lorvigel, I only want to know why. Was there anything to gain from a betrayal like this? It doesn't matter. In any case, you should be grateful that Father is nowhere to be found, leaving behind this hollow shell of a city to his prized son. Do not intend to be put up on display for the whole city to marvel at how the great Falthrand overcame a personal struggle and brought his little brother to justice. I would sooner perish. Defend yourself, for you crossed the wrong person. Hold my L. I think not. Swift death would be far more than you deserve, Lorvigel. It is done. He may deserve death for what he did, but I will not stand in judgment of him so long as our father remains missing. I am no longer an impartial subject with this matter. We should take him back with us, and I would have him rot in private with all the time to consider his treachery. Maybe the true Lord of Pelargir will return to stand in judgment. I thank you, Lorrandan, for helping me to close this dark chapter. Nice to watch a fellow champion player. I decided to spec into yellow and realized I hadn't put any points in it until now. There's a lot to learn in this game, honestly. Let's see here. With that final bout of treachery, we see the legacy of Sargon for what it truly is. A traitor's son and another who was completely unaware. He will face punishment for what he has done, but with war at our doorstep, I cannot be making time for personal justice right now. The day will come when the skies are once again bright. I thank you for everything, Lorrandan. Alright, so what do we got here? Essence of critical rating, tactical mastery, physical mastery, tactical mitigation, and evasion. I'm going to take the critical rating. We got all kinds of stuff to deal with in our inventory. Alright, so that quest line is done. We don't have any follow-ups over here, so that's fantastic. We just got this one here, and then this stuff out here in Upper Lebanon. so let's head up the stairs that way. I think maybe we have officially finished Pelargir. We can move into Upper Lebanon, of which it's been over an hour and a half on the stream. This is where we will call it once I get up here to where this guy is at and do the continuation of the quest. That's where we will stop for the stream. So I'm not supposed to come back to him. Oh, the road into Upper Lebanon lies ahead. That's what I was supposed to do, is just step outside. Alright, so the next place is, whatever that is there. It's hard to read. Gleniath. Alright, let me get on my real mount. We'll go up to Gleniath, grab the stable master, hopefully a milestone, and that's where we'll call it. And of course, Twitch just took everybody into an advertisement. It always picks the most inappropriate times to do it. Almost like it's on purpose. Alright, we're almost there. They've got less than a minute left on that advertisement as well, though. I believe, I'm not positive on this, but I believe if you subscribe on Twitch, you don't go to the commercials if you subscribe to my channel. But I don't know that for certain. But that's what people have told me. What do we got here? Deed bestowed and remote quest. Alright. So this is where we're headed. Stable Master is right next to us here. And is there a milestone anywhere here? Oh, there it is. We found the milestone. Put that one right here. Okay, so we have made our way to Gleniath. We've got quests to pick up and do here and continue our epic storyline, but we've gone long enough for this particular stream. So we're going to call it here. I may be back on later this evening, most likely. But until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of your day, morning, night, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is From the Gnome. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye!